I don't come, I'm sorry that I don't come into that narrative and into that agenda and in what all the unofficial channels of communication are telling. I already talked about a big transformation, about a process, about the team going slowly, closing the gap with the best Indian clubs. So everything about trophies and title and that, before the first game of the season, I'm sorry, but I don't understand this language.
Okay, it's alright. But actually I want
dedicate this to your son?
Yes, of course. This is the goal. The goal is to, like I said, we go game by game, and the goal is to hopefully win every game we can.
Next question is yes. Actually, your message to the fans.
Like I said before, we're hoping to see them always, supporting and there, and we're going to be there for them as well. We're going to fight. We're going to play with our hearts, and obviously this goes out to the fans, and we're all hungry for what's coming. And tomorrow is our first step into the right direction, hopefully. So we hope to see them all in every game. Tomorrow is very important to kick off the season.
So to our fans, as I said last year, I consider that we have the best fan base of India and probably amongst the best fan bases in Asia. Please take the positive decision of the club of playing here in Salt Lake. We want to invite and to bring more and more numbers, as I said last year, so there is no excuse now of playing in Kishore Bharat in smaller stadiums. We are playing in Salt Lake. We want to be progressive in our results, and I'm sure that if we can build the momentum at the beginning of the season, we are going to create a fantastic atmosphere here together with them. We need them. Please come and join us.
Thank you. One photo. Am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good morning. Actually, in this season, East Bengal entered two finals. First of all, in the IFS Shield and then Super Cup. But unfortunately, lost both the finals. This is the last tournament in this season. So, just before the tournament, what's your message for fans? Desperately, they need trophies at this time.
Of course, I understand the fans, and they also need to understand that the players are hungry to win. We're not here just to play. We also want to, have championships. And every team that comes into the season has a goal, and this is a goal that we put for ourselves. But you always don't start from here. You start from here and you build. And this is what we're doing right now. We're building, and it starts with tomorrow. This is what I said. If we game by game. And my message to them is to keep having faith and just stay with us, and we're going to be with them. We're going to do our best, obviously, for the fans and for everyone who's watching and supporting.
Any more questions for us?
The first one and second is that...
Sorry, the FIFA, you said?
You have.
Yes, count on it. Yes, count on it.
Another thing is that this year ISL format is different. So that's why the home matches are not equal for everybody. And you got, if we see that there is much more home match for you. So it's, do you think it will help your team or it will be beneficial for you?
No, we just need to adapt to this condition. For example, if we have to play that with rivals that are worse than us, sometimes it's better to play in their home game because they don't have this low block. But I'm sure that this year we are going to face much more rivals coming here to Kolkata to play in a low block. So a low block is always a problem for us. The teams that we have more problems to beat are the teams that come with a low block. So playing more home games, we are going to have the advantage of the fans, of the condition of the field, but you never know. Sometimes it's easier to play away games because of the reason, because the rivals don't think only to defend, but they try to win the home games. And there is when you can find more vulnerabilities in their way to play football.
Thank you, everyone. Before we close the floor.
Like I said, it's behind us. We already did what we had to do before, and now we're looking forward to what's coming. And what's coming is tomorrow's match, and this is the first thing that we have to look forward to. We're very happy to play. This is the most important thing. So what happened in the past is in the past. Now we're present and future.
No, we are going to play, we are going to give continuity of what we are doing from the first day of this season, which is completely opposite of what I found with or what I had to do the last season. Remember all our talks here. Last season our team could only play in a middle or low block, be more reactive, play more counter-attacks, and probably more open games and trying to wait for the mistakes of our rivals. This year I think that the proposal of the club is much positive. We are trying to be more dominating. We are trying, this thing of building of the back is tricky. See what happened yesterday in both games. Many of the build-ups from the goalkeeper and from the own box ended in a shoot against your own box. So building from the back is very beautiful, but you need to understand when, how, and using the key players, and otherwise maybe it's better to play a long ball and sometimes going to press. That we are going to combine, that we are going to rotate positions, that we are going to be a team with mobility, dynamic, and creating chances, and always with the idea of creating more chances than the opponent. That is for sure. So I think that that is the game idea, and how we implement it, it depends on the available players, on the information we get from our rivals, and even in the moments of the game.
Last question. My name is Shahjan Adhikari. I work for EGB Bharat. My first question is, tomorrow the first match of the ISL. Your first time will play in ISL. What will be your resolution? You have already shown the pressure of expectation in East Bengal. What would be your resolution? What would be your target?
Do I have to turn this on? Good morning or good afternoon. Of course, I'm very excited to be part of East Bengal, and to play tomorrow is going to be something very honorable for me. Obviously, we're here for a target, but the main target is to go game by game. And tomorrow is one of those games that we have to start the season well, and we have to push ourselves every game of the season, and it's baby steps. So this is the first step into whatever comes next into the season. So obviously, I'm very happy, very excited to be here. All my teammates are the same. We're all excited to play, and obviously, thank God that football is breathing again in India. This is what everybody needs. Not only players, coaches, media, everyone. Everyone wants this. So hopefully, it stays good and that it keeps improving. It goes back to improving every year.
Can I ask another question? After I think 2.5 months, before 2.5 months, you played your last match, and after that, it's a long gap. How difficult to cope up with the situation? But because you are practicing regular, but you didn't have any target. Now the ISL. Then how difficult to motivate yourself? How difficult to cope up with the situation?
So what people don't see outside is it's very hard to stay motivated. But as a professional player, you have to find ways to keep yourself interested and motivated to play. And obviously, as a professional player, you cannot cut your training. If you cut your training, you're going to go back 6 or 7 months. So being 2.5 months without games is very difficult. It's very hard for everyone, not only the players, it's for everyone, for coaches, everyone, because obviously this is our life. This is what we do. So, this is something that you have to motivate yourself, and you have to find ways to get out of your comfort zone to be able to perform when the season starts. Because obviously we knew at some point we would play, we just didn't know when. But now we're here.
Should we the next question?
Every time there is a difficulty, we try to find the best solution. You're right, Kevin. All the problems of the team, something that I want to clarify as well, all the problems of the team are game-related actions. So it's nothing that we can control regarding fatigue, load of work, or precision, or all the problems we have are game-related actions. So we cannot find guilties or problems in the preparation. Yes, of course, every difficulty needs a proper solution, and in this we are working continuously. It's nothing new if you see the season of the last year, but I think that this year we have a better squad, we have better solutions, and today I'm fully confident that the players that are going to be on the pitch will try to keep that level of performances that we have early in the season. And regarding Saul, I think that it's just an uncomfort last night, so we are hoping that tomorrow he can be on the pitch as a captain and helping the team.
Because you are the main and foreign defender, only this Kevin Sevilla.
Yes, as I said before, everything started with a knock I don't need to say the name of the player, everything started with a knock of one of our players. They collide in a training session and Kevin started with low back pain. So after the treatment, he was accelerating the recovery in the last weeks. And unfortunately, the day that he joined the club, because of all this problem and all this tension in the low back, he got a hamstring injury. The hamstring injury, we decided to go to Spain because he's having morning and evening sessions there of physiotherapy, and Kevin is going to return to India in 2 weeks. So if you want, I will give you my next report about Kevin after 2 weeks when he returns, but it looks that it's going to be an injury that will take him 4 or 5 weeks. So in the best scenario, we are trying him to play 2, 3, luckily games before the break of the FIFA break in March. So let's try to accelerate the process, but thanks that we still have 4 other foreigners and backup players to play at the defense, and probably the absence of such an important player as Kevin, of course, is going to give us problem in defense, but it's going to facilitate us to be more strong with our resources up front.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Before replying your questions, please let me greet all of you. Greetings to all of you for being here one more season, and especially to Rashid, a player that this season has a lot of familiar issues coming on, and as you see, he's here ready, determined to be a leader of this team, something that probably in the last seasons we were missing. So allow me to come a little bit shortly about my journey at East Bengal so far. I came here last year with the season already started. I found a team that was eliminated early in the pre-season tournaments with consecutive defeats in the ISL, with a dressing room broken mentally, with a squad that for me was unbalanced, and with a history of every edition playing in the ISL, never at a club able to pass the number 9 position. So our fans had a strong reason to be frustrated for the constant instability at the club, changes of investors, changes of coaches, changes of players, changes of staff, and the results not coming. Fortunately, Emami has identified and clarified responsibilities this season. So all those people that were influencing the technical decisions at the club today do not longer shape what is the fortune and what is the way forward regarding the technical decisions. We are just in the first stage of a long-term plan from Emami East Bengal. I think that there is a very clearly well-defined plan and mission and a long-term vision. So there is a full professionalization of the structure. There is a stabilization of the project and a clear implementation of a high-performance culture here at the club. The reality is that Tamboy and me, we have given the responsibility to build the squad this year, and we were working endless days and nights to try to build a competitive squad with the help of our assistant coaches, of our video analysts, and completely focusing on a cost-efficient basis given by the following the club instructions. So there is a framework of integrity this year that probably is going to give the positive results during the season. If you want names, I can mention Jay, I can mention Edmund, I can mention Jerry, I can mention Vipin, Martin, and if you want names in the foreign contingent, I can mention Rashid, I can mention Miguel, Kevin, Joseph, and all of them, I think that they are ready to be key and differential players this year in the ISL. So say that, We need to understand what is the reality, what is the starting point, and what are the expectations around the team. I understand very well the historical part of the club. This is a club that only our fans only understand a language of titles, of wins, but I'm making all this briefing and all this review for everybody to understand where we are coming from, where we are. We are in a deep transformation of the club and expecting only titles and otherwise considering that the team is not going to be successful is absolutely wrong. So, sorry, it's the first press conference of the season, but I wanted to clarify all these points so that all of you know where we are, where we stand, and where we are going. So, answering your questions, regarding Northeast United, we know very well that they did a fantastic season last year, that they are missing key players. We know very well that they have a team that they have high energy, that they have speed on the wings, and already they are champions of the first tournament of the season. So they are coming here. Our last game last season, where we didn't go to play the away game with our full squad because it was colliding with our AFC calendar. But tomorrow we have a tough rival, a tough task, a good coach, and as I said before, if we put ourselves on the start of the last season, I think that we have enough reasons and motivation, as you say, to try to change the things around. And this season, let's try to start finally with a bang and here in front of our supporters.